tomorrow, honey, no. Don't you look tomorrow night. Ah, don't look for me tomorrow, honey, no. Don't look tomorrow night. And I'll be heading down to Memphis. I'll be gone the morning light. When I'm heading down to Memphis, baby, I won't have time to come. And when I'm heading down to Memphis, baby, I won't have time to come. But I'll be coming down the highway, just having myself a ball. Standing at the crossroads, I was 61, 49. Standing at the crossroads, I was 61, 49. I'll be listening for the ghost of Johnson to start playing for me tonight. Oh, give it to me. You may read it in the papers, honey, or hear it on the news. Yeah, you may read it in the papers, honey, or hear it on the news. Well, I'll be living me the good life, living in the land of the Delta Blues. Oh, I was standing at the crossroads, I was 61, 49. Standing at the crossroads, I was 61, 49. I'll be listening for the ghost of Johnson to start playing for me tonight. I'll be listening for the ghost of Johnson to start playing for me tonight. For me tonight. For me tonight. Oh, so long, honey.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Tell me the reasons why you call me in the middle of the night. Tell me you call to say you love me before the morning light. Give me the reasons why If you wanna make this last, we better start tonight. Tell me the reasons why you're going in the middle of the night. Tell me you call to say you love me before the morning light. Tell me the reasons why you're going in the middle of the night. Tell me you call to say you love me before the morning light. Before the morning light. Before the morning light. Yeah, before the morning light.
His name is Rick Reese. He is a great Canadian artist, and Rick is spelled R-I-K. That is called Reasons. And before that, heading down to Memphis, we'll have one more from Rick Reese in just a moment. His brand new single that also has a video to it. I'll tell you about that to complete his triple play on a Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. I've got a 3-hour live show for you tonight and 2 great interviews. You may have seen him on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. You may have seen him on Late Night with David Letterman, Todd Oliver, and his talking dog Irving. He's a ventriloquist, he's a magician, a musician, and he's a great artist as well. We'll play some of his great music, and we'll talk about the stories behind those songs in a great interview tonight. And then in hour number 2, my good friend Bo Powers out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, will join us on the program as well. He's a great artist, and he's also a great songwriter, and in fact, he's even got some demo cuts available for you to record in the KICR Songwriter Showcase on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. I am live on that website right now. I'm also live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio, and I'm hanging out live on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the radio stations that re-air this program. Great stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSDenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, CountryRadio.MusicBox4Friends.com from Belgium, DownTheRoadRadio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, 957 HotAndFunkyRadio.com, KWRadio.com, Boone Country Radio in Canada, TexasBrew.com in Texas. We are also on NBRNonline.com in Nashville and the Music Room in the UK, and on all the major streaming services like iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Just Google search The Tim Kelly Show. You will find New Country's Best, that is for sure. This next song has a great video to it. You can check it out on ICTV. That is Indie Country Television. That is also on KICRIndieCountryRadio.com at the top of the page. It's called Kids of a Small Town. Rick Reese on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio on Triple Play Thursday.
Watching slinkies go down the steps, buying rocks and calling them pets. TV played our favorite shows, and drinking water from a hose. Cops and robbers with our friends, felt like summer would never end. We were kids of a small town summer, lots of candy for $1 or $2. Kids of a small town summer, never run out of things to do. When you're young, you don't listen, 'cause you don't realize what you're missing. small town summer, lots of candy for $1 or $2. Kid in a small town summer, never run out of things to do. Yeah, when you're young, you don't listen. No, when you're young, you don't listen. 'Cause you don't realize what you're missing. Oh, those small towns, summer night. Kids of a small town. Yeah, oh, we were kids. Oh, summer night. Yeah, we were kids. Ooh, summer night. Tim Kelly Show. Turn it up, let it roll. Indie country on your dial. Fresh tracks, homegrown style. Triple play Thursday with Tim Kelly. 3 songs in a row from everybody all show long. Let the new stars play on the Tim Kelly Show. Triple play Thursday. Yeah, 3 in a row on the Tim Kelly Show.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
I guess I never understood what my old man was saying when he was trying to raise me good. At that time I just couldn't see all those little things he did. He did them just for me, and time rolled on. And time rolled on. Yeah, I got spanked a time or two, but looking back on who I was, I deserved more than a few. I took things a little bit too far. Always seemed to get my hand caught up in that cookie jar, and time rolled on. And time rolled on. Sometimes I thought he was the meanest man in town, and it took so many painful years for his little girl to come around. I'm surprised I even learned from him when I knew everything, and I hope I have his patience when mine turned 17. Raising me must have been so hard, but please don't worry, Daddy, I've learned lessons from the heart. I knew you loved me and all, but you were way too protected when any boy would call. You'd grab a gun without a care, but did you have to chase him down the street in your underwear? And time rolled on. And time rolled on. I heard you pray and I just smiled while I was putting on that white dress before you walked me down the aisle. You tapped your glass and we all cheered, and I danced at the reception. It all became so clear that time rolls on. Yeah, time rolls on. Sometimes I thought he was the meanest man in town, and it took so many painful years for his little girl to come around. I'm surprised I even learned from him when I knew everything, and I hope I have his patience when mine turned 17. Raising me must have been so hard, but please don't worry, Daddy, I've learned lessons from the heart. for giving you to me. 'Cause I couldn't have picked a better man from the daddy tree.
Song number 2.
Her name is Annie Vander. That is called Rockin' My Shoe. My name is Tim Kelly. I got a frog in my throat. Thank you very much for being here tonight, though. I appreciate it. We're going to get through this thing tonight. Annie Vander and Rockin' My Shoe, and before that, another great tune called Daddy Tree. I'll have one more from Annie in just a second. But if you want to meet Annie Vander, come into my TikTok live right now at Tim Kelly on air. She's hanging out with us, listening to herself on the radio, and lots of other great artists on this Triple Play Thursday, where every artist on the show gets played 3 songs in a row. After one more from Annie Vander, we're going to talk to Todd Oliver, a musician, a magician, a ventriloquist. He's got it all going on, and we'll talk to him after one more song from Annie Vander. It is called The Speed of Love on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Slip away. Sometimes I can't relate in a world that goes too slow. I took one look at you and I knew what I had.
up, y'all. Let the good times roll. It's the Tim Kelly Show on your radio. New country, go from the names you don't know till you hear 'em right here, then you won't let go. It's the Tim Kelly Show. Tim Kelly. Playing new country's best, yeah, you already know. Indie Heart's real talk where the stories unfold. Turn it up, don't let it go. The Tim Kelly Show. New country's best. Indie artists on the go. And the interviews you love on the Tim
You're
Kelly
listening to
Show.
the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means every artist on the program tonight gets 3 songs in a row played. The next 3 songs you get to hear the stories behind, but this gentleman is not only a country music singer, or a singer rather, he's a musician, a magician, a ventriloquist, and a singer. His name is Todd Oliver. How are you, my friend?
Well, hi, Tim. Thanks for the interview. It's nice to be on your show.
Hey, it's great to have you. I've been looking forward to this, and I want to thank Kelly Miller from Harrison, Arkansas, who was instrumental in setting up this interview tonight. I'm glad she did.
That was nice of her. Yes, it was.
You're not too far from where I'm at, and I'm in Branson, Missouri. You're just north of me in Springfield, and I had seen you on billboards years ago going down to Branson, that you performed down there.
Well, yes. We did 13 years on the Showboat there as a ventriloquist, and then we left and we tried the theaters, and that really didn't work out for us. We tried something different. You know, I grew up loving. As a kid, my parents were going to get a slightly newer car, but they took the extra cash and bought a piano and kept the old car. And I was taking piano lessons, and I had a natural aptitude with piano, keyboards, and growing up, when I did, I just loved rock and roll, pop music, and all kind of classical, all kinds of. I never really listened to a lot of country music growing up. I was a city kid,
Yeah, right.
But so I'm not a country singer. I'm a pop rock and roll singer, and but I started out as a kid just doing all of it. I was in rock and roll bands, playing at clubs at night, high school dances and colleges, and then during the day I was a volunteer ventriloquist going around to schools with a dummy, and doing a school show. And I kind of went from being 13 to 18, and then when I was 18, the band I was in, we got an offer to tour as an opening act with Tommy James and the Shondells, and off we went. I had a Hammond B3 and all that, and I just quit doing the ventriloquism because at 18 it was a little bit more exciting to be in a band at the time, and I only had a school assembly program as a ventriloquist. But then, and so I did a rock and roll thing for until I was like 25, and then the music changed when I was 25. It became very electronic, and disco came back, and I realized this is probably where I'm going to. I'll get off the train now, and I came back to ventriloquism, and I that happened pretty quick because I knew the basics, and and then but then I got to I was appearing on a Showboat in Nashville, Tennessee for 7 years, and I as a songwriter I scored a publishing deal and with Dennis Morgan and Morgan Music, Little Shop of Morgan songs, and I wrote a bunch of songs with Dennis, and I still do. We still write, and then what happened was I got the people from Hershey Family Entertainment. They saw me on the Showboat in Nashville, and that 7-year gig was ending. And so next thing I know is we got an offer from Branson, Missouri.
Wow.
And it turned out to be, like 13 years. And I quit the Showboat to try a theater, and that wasn't a good move. And I put a new band together, and we did this rock and comedy thing. And where the dogs on the video sing with the band, and then plus the comedy act with the dog, and it played good on the road, but it didn't really work in Branson. It didn't work, and we were in some unfortunate. I had a manager, and we made a couple deals that just they weren't they just didn't work out. It was a so but putting that band together, with some guys in Branson, we created some pretty cool songs, and we went on the road, and we played theaters from New York to California. We just had a blast. But then things change, and it was so I'm back to doing a single now, but I'm still writing and recording.
Yeah.
And those songs that you have now are 3 of my latest, and it's rock and roll music.
Yeah,
and
good stuff.
I did all the keyboards and some of the guitars, and I did all the vocals, and these are my songs. I didn't co-write these songs with anybody.
Okay. Well, they're awesome. This whole interview is a little bit different than what I normally do, but I wanted to talk to you because I've lived in Branson now for about 12 or 13 years, and I absolutely love it. And when I was growing up, my grandparents lived in Webb City, Missouri, and they used to take us down here to Silver Dollar City that the Herschen family owns. And Fire in the Hole was the very first roller coaster that I rode. And I thought, man, what a neat place, and would like to live here one of these days. And so I made that move several years ago. But I'm from the Joplin, Missouri area. I was in that Joplin F5 tornado and born in Carthage. But we used to come to Branson all the time. And I didn't realize that you were that close, that you're still around. So that's awesome.
Well, I was a good fit in Branson on the Showboat. Everything kind of came together. I do a family-friendly show, a G-rated, and it's all original.
Yeah.
I write my own material, and the dog thing, it's all original. And the timing for me with the Herschens and that Showboat, the timing was right.
Right. Yeah.
But now it appears that I probably had my run in Branson. You never say never, but there's really not any more interest from Branson for me. And but I'm grateful for those years on the Showboat, and the Herschen people were great. And we subbed for Mike Patrick last Christmas at 76, and he's a great guy. Yeah. But as far as me going back to Branson, I don't think it's going to happen. As I was saying earlier before we went to this interview, if you have 12 or 13 years in a town like Las Vegas or Branson or Pigeon Forge, Atlantic City, if you have 12 or 13 years as an act, you've done really good. It doesn't usually seem to go that much longer than that in all the towns. It doesn't really, an act kind of, you kind of have your time, and my time in Branson is over, and I have no doubt that some younger, newer people will hopefully get opportunities in that town, and it can work out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a changed town since, we've lost Mickey Gilley and Glenn Campbell and Roy Clark and Ray Price and all those guys back in the day that used to have theaters here. My brother worked for Andy Williams when I first came to Branson, and I got to see him do a few live shows before he passed away. So, yeah, we missed the great talent that was here in the past, but it's time for new talent to come in.
And there's new audiences today. The young people coming to Branson or going to Las Vegas, they grew up with MTV and more suggestive and outrageous comedy and some more dark stuff. And where the audience, the former audiences, they did it. They grew up with more family entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think everybody, everything has its, time.
Right.
But I'm still doing a family friendly show. We're playing theaters, performing arts centers. We just do a couple a month. And we live in Springfield. My daughter's going to be a senior coming up at Drury University. She's a junior this year. She'll be a senior. She's got interest in broadcasting, being behind the camera, not in front of it. And she's a good writer.
Bob Barker went to Drury, the host of The Price is Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm friends with one of his former announcers, Rich Fields. He was the announcer for Drew Carey and Bob Barker both. So.
Well, what do you know?
Yeah.
I did a show with Drew at the Improv in Los Angeles.
How about that?
About 20 years ago or something like that.
You've been on about everything back in the day. I see the Today Show. I watched the Late Night with David Letterman that you were on. Craig Ferguson, the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Howie Mandel Show, Walker, Texas Ranger. We just recently lost Chuck Norris. And, boy, I tell you what, I thought he'd live forever, and I know everybody else did, and the memes that they would make about him, didn't they? So.
Yeah, well, it all kind of came together for me. I made a good living as a ventriloquist with the Dummies, but I had that idea with the dog, and right when I was winding up the Nashville 7-year booking, and the first night the dog went on stage, the place went crazy, and then like a couple of weeks later, a man named Irvin Arthur from Los Angeles, agent and producer, saw me, and we signed with his office, and then he booked most of that television. Right off, we just did, all of a sudden we did all those shows, and though we did 2 episodes of Walker. We were supposed to do more, but then he decided, I understand that he actually canceled that show. CBS didn't want that canceled. But my agent, Irvin Arthur, and he's passed away, of course, too, But we did a lot of television in a just about like a 4 or 5 year span.
Yeah.
But what happened was they wanted I left Irvin Arthur, moved back to New York, and I went with another agency, a major agency in Los Angeles. And they wanted me to go on the comedy club route, and I didn't want to do that. And they really tried to get me to do it, but I didn't want to do that because I have always done a family act. I've never done anything off color. I'm not judging people that do. There's people that do that are very famous and have made millions of dollars. But that's just not me, and I couldn't do that. But what happened was, the agency. I'll never forget, they said, well, Todd, if you're not going to do that, you might as well just stay in Branson because we can't do anything else with you. And I said, well, that'll be fine. I met my wife the second year I was in Branson, and we bought some horses again, and I love horses, And so I just kind of passed on that whole West Coast thing, But what happened to me was I was supposed to start at the Americana Theater, and the night before we were supposed to start, a tornado tore the roof off.
Wow.
And all of a sudden I was out of work, and there was nothing. And America's Got Talent called. And I had turned them down before. And because I don't really care for those kind of shows. I always believe those shows are television shows about a competition. It's television, It's television.
It's television.
But I didn't want to do that show, and I knew Howie Mandel when he had hair, I done his show. He was in L.A. when I was there, and he had that show on that talk show on CBS or whatever it was. We did that a couple times. So we were acquainted. I didn't really know him very well. We were acquainted because I did a show, and we had a great time on his old show. We did some really funny stuff. But anyways, I was out of work, and so America's Got Talent called, and I said, well, I'm not going to go. I don't want to go. I'm not going to come and stand in line with my dog. I'm a little old to get a report card. I've been doing this a long time. We had already done a couple Tonight shows, and Letterman and Craig Ferguson. We've done a bunch of them, but they just kind of plugged me into that show. I didn't have to go do all that standing in line. Remember, those shows use professionals and amateurs.
Yep.
And that had never really been done before. So Simon Cowell and Fremantle Entertainment, they did something that hadn't been done before, using pros and amateurs. But it worked. And they plugged me in, and, I did it, and we were like a top 4 finalist or something, whatever the heck it was.
Yeah.
And, it went great, but it wasn't my favorite show I've ever done, but we made, I made it happen. I wrote all that material, and people liked it.
Your act
And
is
then-
great. I've watched it on Letterman, and
Well,
I love the ventriloquist. I think Terry Fader was one of the first winners
Terry,
on America's Got Talent, and then we were talking about that young girl Darcy Lynn, and she's done it.
she
And now,
did it.
now
Yeah,
she's
there's
making
been a lot of them.
she's making
There-
country music. She's fantastic. So
There's been a lot. There's been a lot of many ventriloquists on this show, and I heard someone say that the producers were saying, "Okay, let's take a little break now."
Yeah.
They've had so, but I mean, that doesn't mean some clever original ventriloquist can't go back on that show,
right.
But they've had their share of singing ventriloquists, but it was all right. But I'm still just doing what I do, and
Right.
I'm playing. I think God has been so good to me to play theaters and kind of go. I started out after when I was 25 and I got out of that last rock band. I cut my hair and I picked up the dummy, and we became a school assembly act.
Uh-huh.
And they don't have those tours anymore, but I would play 3 to 4 towns a day, 5 days a week. And you play about 500 schools in 9 months.
Wow.
And a different motel every night. This is before the dog and everything,
Mm-hmm.
But doing that was, I loved doing that. But that business doesn't exist anymore. All the Lyceum bookers are all dead, and nobody does that business anymore. But I loved, when I got into ventriloquism, when I came back to it, I had no intentions of going on television or doing anything more than being a school Lyceum act.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I ever wanted to do as a or like after dinner shows at a church or something, or family things. I never, all of it, but all of a sudden,
Yeah. Where did your interest in ventriloquism come from? Was it somebody you grew up watching? I remember back in the
Yes.
day it was Charlie McCarthy and
Yes, it was Edgar Bergen and Charlie
Bergen,
McCarthy.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Nelson and Danny O'Day, and a black ventriloquist by the name of Willie Tyler and Lester.
I got it. I've seen them too many times on the Tonight Show. Yep.
In fact, Willie and we filmed our Letterman shows on the same day. Back then, in those days, CBS, they would tape the Monday and Friday show on Mondays, so David Letterman could have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off.
Uh-huh.
So anyways, Willie taped the 5 o'clock show that day, and I taped the 7 o'clock show. And then we went for dinner afterwards, and, it was such an honor. Willie Tyler was from Detroit, and he grew up in the nightclub business in the 60s, and, he played some wild rooms. But Willie always wore clean. Lester never did any gross talk or cussing or anything like that. And Willie Tyler was really one of the first great singing ventriloquists.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think Terry Fader and Darcy were they were the first to do the singing. Well, Willie did it years before.
Right.
And in fact, he was so good that Berry Gordy signed him to Motown Records. He did an album on Motown. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But,
you were talking about earlier those iconic runs in television, and some of them aren't that long. I know the Carol Burnett show only went for 11 years. Andy Griffith was 8 years, I believe, and then Walker, Texas Ranger only did 8 seasons. But what an impact they make in a short amount of time. Now, Jamie Hagee and Mike Patrick, they did the Branson Country USA show for 23 years, and they just wrapped it up last season. I was playing it on my website, and I thought that was going to go on forever, and they wrapped it up last year.
Well, it's, back those first shows you mentioned, that was before cable television,
right,
and streaming, of course, And when a young comedian or magician or a singer, if you made an appearance on The Tonight Show or Merv Griffin or Mike Douglas, some of those old shows, there were only 3 stations of television. So, I mean, see, when Johnny Carson was on, everybody they tried opposite him they didn't last too long. Joey Bishop
Right.
and Dick Cavett and I mean, and they were all good shows, but in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, if you were on the Tonight Show and you really hit your mark, and then you'd usually go back and do another one, and all of a sudden you were things that was a big game changer.
Yeah.
It's not so much anymore. It's not, because there's 300 stations now,
Yeah.
and it's different now. So it's kind of like the wild, wild west of television and broadcasting now. You know what I mean?
It is. And now all the streaming stuff and Netflix and everything else there is to stream, Paramount Plus and Peacock, all that stuff.
Right.
So-
There's so much there, and but a lot of young people are making great impact with TikTok and YouTube as well, and what it gets right down to, whether you're a singer or a ventriloquist or a dancer, we all take our own route. We all have our own path. I just put a couple things. I have on my Facebook. I did some videos recently, trying to encourage young talent to chase that dream.
Mhm.
And I really think young people need to know that it's just because I don't know, just because if Drew Carey went this route, that doesn't mean that you have to go that route. If Frank Sinatra went this route, that doesn't mean you have to go there. If we all take our own path,
Right.
and getting experience and figuring out where to get out and do it. I have a great deal of respect for young talents that are out there building their brand. Back in the 70s when I was in the rock and roll bands, the clubs were so different than they are now, and the way we did it back then, it was so much different than now. So now these young people that are getting out and going to these little towns and building their internet following and doing their own hustle. I mean, the bottom line is we live in America, and you can make it happen. I just always tell the young people, anybody, all ages, this: just stay away from the bad stuff so you can continue being the good stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, even back in the 70s, I remember drug addicts and drunks and people with bizarre sexual stuff going on.
Yeah.
I remember seeing all kinds of weird stuff like that. And I mean, it still goes on, but I always hope that young people can learn. I dodged those bullets. I never got hung up in any of that stuff,
Right.
but God kind of you play by God's rules, you stay on the right road, and it's not easy at all. I mean, I didn't get married till I was 43 because
Wow.
I was always on the road.
Mhm.
But, even living in Nashville, I was still a road act, even though I knew there was I wasn't ready to settle down yet,
Yeah, right.
and a ventriloquist in Nashville. I mean, that's kind of a bizarre combination,
Yeah.
But it worked out for me.
Well, that's awesome. We got some great songs we're going to play for you tonight. Katie's Got Her Own Cool Groove is the title of the first one. Tell us about it.
I worked with a girl singer a long, long time ago, and she just kind of had her own way of singing and entertaining an audience. She was very, very unique. She's the kind of girl singer that you wouldn't see her in a Branson style show. She wasn't a paint by number. I gotta be careful here. She wasn't a typical show girl where they're taught to smile and do the dance steps, and like in a kind of like a
Right.
in the production show days, a lot of people don't even know what a production show is. When you have like 5 girls or 5 boy dancers, singer dancers up there, and they're all doing the matching choreography and all that,
Right.
Well, this particular girl I worked with, she always had her own way of doing everything, and the audiences just loved her. And what happened was, my publisher and co-writer Dennis said to me, he said, I want you to write 20 songs in 30 days. And I said, okay, all right, I'll do it. So I just started thinking about people that I knew that were different than your average person, or animals that were different, or experiences that were different, and so I just that's where that song came from. It was
awesome.
about a cool girl singer that I worked with a million years ago.
Well, it is a cool song. We're going to play it for the folks, and then we'll come back and talk a little more to Todd Oliver on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
The song she deserves to sing. When she captures your heart, you see it's true. Katie's got her own cool groove. She likes to read a little, laugh a lot, rain or shine. Katie's got a guide with a path that leads to anywhere her wants to grow. Her dogs, cats, and horses follow her around. She's the angel of the stable with love for 'em all. Watch her move. Katie's got her own cool groove. Whatever she decides to do, Katie's got her own cool groove. She'll saddle up and chase a dream. Sun goes down, she can sing guitar. She's a lovely girl who simply runs her own race. Makes living look so cool with natural beauty and grace. Watch her move. Katie's got her own cool groove. Whatever she decides to do, Katie's got her own cool groove. Watch her move. Katie's got her own cool groove. Can't stop staring you. The Lord, she captures your heart. It's true. Katie's got her own cool groove. Watch her move, yeah. 'Cause the groove's in you. Feel that groove. Groove is cool. All her eyes are locked on you. Groove's in you, girl. Take me along with you, baby. Take me along with you, girl. Gotta be in the groove with you, girl. Katie's got her own cool. Katie's got her own cool. Katie's got her own cool groove.
Katie's got her own groove, and Todd Oliver's got his own song right there. That's a great song, my friend. Thank you for doing
Well,
that
thank you.
for us. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Love the groove on that song.
Oh, yeah.
The next one's called The World's Greatest Lovers, and then we'll play ball when the third one kicks off to kick off the top of the next hour. Tell us about these two.
Well, songwriting is one thing I learned in Nashville. With most writers, it's like title, words, melody, or title, melody, words, or a story, But I learned from Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart that a great title can really can be a great way to start a song. And I think I saw something, like a little statue or something. It's the world's greatest lover, and I thought, so what if I wrote a story about a guy and his girl who they save themselves for each other and they get married, and they both, they lose their virginity on their wedding night, and they're still innocent, and they discover that they're the world's greatest lovers.
That's awesome.
It's like, I think one of the lines there is, the greatest gift you can offer them is to share a place you've never been.
Wow.
So I just wrote that because I don't know, I had the title, and then I thought, well, rather than writing it about just like the average hookup song, why not write it about a couple of young people who are saving themselves till they get married? So that's where that song came from.
I love it. It's the stories behind the songs. That's what I call these interviews, and that's what I love to hear. That is fantastic. Play ball. I'm glad baseball's back. I'll tell you that right now. What's this one about?
Okay, Play Ball. I was just kind of finishing up the last band in Branson in about 2014, I think it was, and I bought this guitar, this Les Paul Special with the P90 pickups, and I blasted it through my Vox Super Beetle amplifier, and I came up with this thing, and it just kind of came to me. But the pickups on that guitar and that tone, it just came to me, and I've always loved baseball, and it was in the springtime. Baseball season was just starting,
right?
And it just kind of came to me. I guess I must have been. I was watching the New York Mets, and they had a pitcher, Noah Syndergaard, I think was his name, and he was throwing fastballs of like 104 miles an hour, and that's where that song came from.
That's awesome. I remember that Kenny Rogers song where he's throwing the ball up in the air thinking he's going to be the greatest hitter in the world, and he keeps missing the ball, and turns out he's the greatest pitcher, he says, at the end of it. So.
Isn't that something?
I love that song.
Yeah.
I love baseball so much. I grew up 90 miles south of Kansas City. Used to go to the Royals games all the time, but I have the Kansas City Royals logo tattooed on my arm. So.
Well, the Springfield Cardinals used my song last year.
Awesome.
And maybe they'll use it again.
Yeah, we've been to a few of those games too. Maybe we'll see you there one of these days. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I got to say, the guys that played on Play Ball, that band, they really nailed it. Mm-hmm. The groove. It was Jeff Hosholt on drums, Hosh, from a great group called Jesse Brady from Minneapolis years ago. Marcus Willett was the bass player, and Steve Ragsdale played the one of the guitar parts, the lead part, and the another counter melody. So that's another thing about that. And Rich Brown engineered all this stuff. And I really want to make a shout out to Rich Brown and Atlantis Recording in Branson, because that's where all these songs were recorded.
Awesome.
There's something about Rich Brown, his instincts as an engineer and a producer. They're just great. He's an old California guy, and he's got great, and he's a great bass player too. But that assortment of players on Play Ball. I played the rhythm guitar part, the first lick of that song, and that's me. Actually, I laid it down with my duo jet, my Gretsch, and a Les Paul combined. We mixed them together. But that song had a lot to do with that band too. I mean, I wrote the song and I arranged it, and I did all the vocals and everything on it. But those guys that played on it, they really got in the groove so organically and naturally. That was a real cool version, of the band.
That is awesome. Well, we're going to put you on 13 radio stations tonight around the country and around the world. So this music is universal. They're going to love it. And thank you for doing it, Todd Oliver. Where can folks find you on social media? You and your dog Irving, the talking dog. His name is Irving.
Right, yeah.
I think he gets top billing on the website, but I'll let you tell the website.
Well, the dog is better looking than me. That's part of it, too,
why.
Okay. I mean, well, my website is toddoliver.com.
Uh-huh.
And it's Todd Oliver and Irving on Facebook.
Okay.
But the website is toddoliver.com, Todd with 2 Ds. And, we'd love to hear. If people like our music, that's great. If you don't, well, go listen to something else.
Hey, there's plenty to listen to on this program. I call it New Country's Best, but you got some great rock and roll tunes too, my friend. Thank you for doing this. It was fun talking to you tonight.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity, Tim, and have a great continuing success with broadcasting.
Thank you so much. His name is Todd Oliver. This is the World's Greatest Lovers and Play Ball coming up on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Moving slow, your hearts are beating fast. This is real, you can see. When two are true, they can be the world's greatest lovers. Could you foresee you belong to each other? Sanctity, the world's greatest lovers. The greatest gift you can offer them, to share a place you've never been, far beyond some fantasy. In each other's eyes you'll see the world's greatest lovers. Could you foresee you belong to each other? A sanctity, the world's greatest lovers. Fall back in a gentle embrace. A hundred kisses caress her face. She moves in the dark with such lovely grace. Did you ever think you could be the world's greatest lover? Could you foresee you belong to each other? A sanctity, the world's greatest lovers. Yes, you will always be the world's greatest lovers.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Strike one. Don't let a fastball slow you down. The throw curve, test your nerve. Keep your eye on the ball. Stay cool, make the call. Step in, stand tall. You're gonna win, that's how you play ball. drive you insane. Keep your eye on the ball. Stay cool, make the call. Step in, stand tall. You're gonna win, that's how you play ball. Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. You've got a hit, well run, man, run. The fans were screaming, it's a grand slam feeling for us all. Keep your eye on the ball. Stay cool, make the call. Step in, stand tall. You're gonna win, that's how you play ball. Play ball.
He is the multi-talented Todd Oliver. He is currently residing in Springfield, Missouri. I'm in Branson. We're not too far away. One of these days we'll get together and have a meal or get a coffee or something like that, take pictures on social media, and we'll even see if we can get the dog Irving in the pictures as well. That is good stuff. And thank you, Todd, for a great radio interview tonight. Some great rock and roll music, man, and a little out of the box of what I do on a country station, but I wanted to talk to him, and I'm sure glad I did, man. I made a new friend, and he made lots of friends and lots of new fans tonight. They're loving your stuff. Absolutely. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. Add a .com to that, and I'm live on the website, and I'm also live on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air and YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio. Come in and say hi into our live chat rooms. Love to hear where you're listening from. Aaron Boltinghouse is kicking off the top of this hour with a great triple play from the state of Texas. This is called Long Way Home on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Dad's old truck don't move much anymore. In fact, it's been years since that pedal has hit the floor. The dash is all cracked up, and the floorboards are rusted clean through. It's not much to see, but it's all I got left of you. He's gone, but the memories are still in that truck. Like back on 59 when we got it stuck. Every day and every mile tells a story I know of lessons he taught me on those back roads. I'm never alone when I'm taking the long way home. His hands on the wheel, he was a man of steel in my mind. I can still hear his voice saying, son, just take your time. Though the paint's all faded and the engine stalls, the lights don't work and the tires are bald. Couldn't throw it or give it away. My mind keeps going back to those days.
taking the long way home. Thanks, Dad.
Song number 2.
Something's been off this past couple of months. You won't return my calls. I've tried to look you up. Something's going on. You haven't said anything along with my thoughts. You know it's killing me. I can't find the right words to say to make you wanna stay. How much pain can my poor heart take? I was gonna buy you that ring, 'cause you were my everything. I never thought that it would be this way. I can't believe our love is just fading away. Did I hear you say you don't love me anymore? You found another. You're walking out the door. It's tearing out my heart that you won't be around come tomorrow. You'll only be a ghost in this town. I can't find the right words to say to make you wanna stay. How much pain can my poor heart take? I was gonna buy you that ring, 'cause you were my everything. I never thought that it would be this way. I can't believe our love is just fading away. I was gonna buy you that ring, 'cause you were my everything. I never thought that it would be this way. I can't believe our love is just fading away.
That is called Fading Away, and before that, Long Way Home from Aaron Boltinghouse. Aaron Boltinghouse and I had a great radio interview that aired actually this Monday night live. Was supposed to air last Friday, but I didn't have a voice then. Barely got one now, but it's kind of coming back, so we're back on the radio. But you can check out Aaron Boltinghouse and yours truly's interview in the Tim Kelly Show Interview Archives. That tab is at the top of the homepage of KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. He's got some great music music from the state of Texas, where lots of great country music comes from anyway, and Aaron is fantastic. I'm going to play one more from Aaron. We're going to do another triple play, and then my second radio interview of the evening with my good friend Bo Powers from Tulsa, Oklahoma will be up next. And this is called Your Memory from Aaron Boltinghouse on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
The sun sets off Copano Bay, got me missing you. I had all a man could want when I had you. And although this weather's nice, it's hard to take it in when all I think about is you. How am I supposed to move on and find someone new when I don't want to? You left a big deep hole in my heart to fill. This bay's been called paradise, but to me it feels like hell. You found someone new in no time at all, and now it's just me, the tide in your memory. Margarita sweet, long walks on the beach, your kisses on my cheek. Those times run through my mind like a movie, forever on rewind. Your sexy silhouette, oh girl, I can't forget all the time we spent. I've cried a million tears going back through the years, I still end up here. You left a big deep hole in my heart to fill. This bay's been called paradise, but to me it feels like hell. You found someone new in no time at all, and now it's just me, the tide in your memory. And you found someone new in no time at all. Now it's just me, the tide in your memory. Now it's just me, the tide in your memory. Oh, your memory, girl.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it. Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do. Today's country.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Aaron Boltinghouse Music. Check out Aaron Boltinghouse Music on the sponsors page at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at Aaron Boltinghouse on YouTube.
Oh, sugar honey, how you made me feel. I just wanna feel your love not your words of hate and fear. Holy honey is all I ever had to give to you. Get ready to rumble, get out of your hole. I try believing you, healing your soul. You walk right past me through the wrong door. I tried calling your name, calling you home. What color, baby, are you digging for? You had to feel the same, coming from out of the blue. All the hell you put up there is now looking at you. You came crying to me and said, please help me wait. I told you to lose your ego and baptize in the lake. What color, baby, are you digging for? Holy honey ain't being given away. You got to earn it yourself, otherwise it won't stay. Holy honey is the juice of my veins. Holy honey's made from the kisses that God makes. I believe in you, honey, you will see the light. Keep your thoughts real pure, always in the moonlight. Just keep hanging on to what you know is real. You'll know that holy honey is what will make you heal. What color, baby, are you digging for? Holy honey ain't being given away. You got to earn it yourself, otherwise it won't stay. Holy honey is the juice of my veins. Holy honey's made from the kisses that God makes. Holy honey ain't being given away. You got to earn it yourself, otherwise it won't stay. Holy honey is the juice of my veins. Holy honey's made from the kisses that God makes. Ooh. Holy honey's made from the kisses that God makes.
Song number 2.
It starts with a whisper, a word in the dark, a flicker of hope, a single spark. One step forward, one hand raised, one soul shining through the haze. They said you're just one, but I know the truth. One voice can echo, one dream is proof. But think positive, rise and shine. One heart can shift the grand design. One voice, one light, one steady flame can lift the world and change the game. for perfect skies. I'll plant my hope where courage lies. Even when the world says no, I'll smile and let my power grow. They said you're small, but I stand tall. One ripple can become a waterfall. Could think positive, rise and shine. One heart can shift the grand design. One voice, one light, one steady flame can lift the world and change the game. It starts with me. It starts with you. A better world begins with what we do. So speak your truth, don't dim your glow. The world needs your yes more than you know. Think positive, rise and shine. One heart can shift the grand design. One voice, one light, one steady flame can lift the world and change the game. It starts with me. It starts with you. Together, there's nothing we can't do.
That song is called Think Positive. I'm positive I like it. And before that, Holy Honey. God's kisses turn into holy honey. I love that. Princess Peace is who that is, ladies and gentlemen. Go follow Princess Peace on social media. She's got a big fan base on Facebook. I see lots of followers. And she's hanging out with us tonight over here on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air. Come in and say hello to Princess Peace. Give her a like and a follow over here on TikTok as well. She will be my special guest later on this summer. August the 5th is that interview date when it's going to air, and I look forward to having her on the program. My full live interview schedule hangs out at the bottom of the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Got a bunch of good upcoming interviews, and I've got one tomorrow night with my good friend Randy Cobb as well. After one more song from Princess Peace, my second interview of the evening will happen with my good friend Bo Powers out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, after we play Red Rodeo from Princess Peace on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Long time ago when I was living in the red, didn't know at the time I was tracking all the dread. Angry people were everywhere, everywhere I could see. Gas tank was empty, oh, and red shoes on my feet. I wore those shoes yesterday. I looked around the black and then I said, I won't be wearing them again. They were the wrong shade of red. I wore those shoes yesterday. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, yeah. I couldn't think no more. My heart felt like a red rodeo. like to roll. I wore those shoes yesterday. I looked around the black and then I said, I won't be wearing them again. They were the wrong shade of red. I wore those shoes yesterday. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't think no more. My heart felt like a red rodeo. 7 horses running from my soul. I wore those shoes yesterday. I looked around the black and then I said, I won't be wearing them again. They were the wrong shade of red. I wore those shoes yesterday. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't think no more. My heart felt like a red rodeo. 7 horses running from my soul. 7 horses running from my soul. 7 horses running from my soul.
Tim Kelly Show. Triple Play Thursday. 3 in a row from your favorites all day. Indie country hearts on your radio. 3 songs each, all show long on the Tim Kelly Show.
3 songs each.
All show long.
That's Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly
You're listening
Show.
to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday. That means every artist on the program gets 3 songs in a row played tonight. The next 3 you get to hear from my good friend Bo Powers. How are you tonight?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing fantastic as well. Thanks for doing the program. I've been looking forward to this one a while. You found me a while back, and I've been playing your music some, and I love what you got going on in the KICR Songwriter Showcase, too. You're one of our songwriters in there, and you write some great stuff.
I appreciate that, Tim.
You bet. So you're from Tulsa, Oklahoma area. I spent 20 years down in southeast Oklahoma around Ada, where Blake Shelton grew up.
Yeah, it's a pretty talented group of folks down around this area, I guess.
It is.
Seems like some big peoples came out of here, and
Yep.
there is some amazing independent talent in this area too.
There sure is. And Garth Brooks was coming up in the 90s, and then Toby Keith and Vince Gill, all those guys from Oklahoma in that 90s country came along, and that's what converted me to country radio. And so my first FM radio job, where I picked the DJ named Tim Kelly, was in McAllister, Oklahoma, down there for about 2 years.
Yeah, I've done shows in the Stipe Center down there. Do you remember that?
I do. Gene Stipe Boulevard was actually where the station was, and they changed it to Electric Avenue now. So.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
We went down there and we were passing out T-shirts at different places, and I had to needed to pick up some banners, and I knew that the folks that was putting out Mountain Dew were would make us some banners. So I got a hold of them and asked them if they'd get us some banners made up. I went to pick the banners up, and the guy at Mountain Dew, he said, hey, he goes, could you take a few cases of Mountain Dew with you and give them away at your show? Oh my gosh, he loaded our van up to the nth degree with Mountain Dew.
Wow.
So we were a Mountain Dew concert that night at the Gene Stipe.
That's all right, man. That's cool. And I don't particularly care for Mountain Dew, but I do drink the Pepsi product. So, yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Now, you've got a great sound, and you tell stories like Garth Brooks, it says, like Colin Ray. He's been here to Branson many times. Doug Stone, George Strait, all of that. I love that.
I played for Doug. I've worked with Doug Stone, and I worked with Colin Ray, and he's a great artist. He sings a lot of real good story songs, but he is crazy on stage.
Is that
Colin
right?
Ray's a goofball. Oh yeah, he did a great. He's done some great shows. I love working with him.
Yeah,
cool act, and I did a little show one time. A little show for Guards out in the Nichols Arena in Denver, Colorado, many years ago. Back when Martina McBride was just coming along, he just got her moving forward.
Gotcha. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that. I mentioned that to people. She was working his merch table is how she got discovered, and then her husband also plays in Garth's band. So, that's some good stuff.
He was part of that group.
And then what a voice hiding behind that merch table in Martina McBride, huh?
Oh man! But everybody it's kind of like Hollywood. Everybody that was coming out of Nashville was a singer.
Yeah.
And they would go out and work as roadies and different people in production and anything they could to stay plugged into the music industry. And especially on that high end like that, I worked for Merle Kilgore for years and years and years, and never, he died before I ever got a real break out of him. So I kind of just pushed my own break together. But he and Conway Twitty, others like that, the advice they gave me made me move forward. And I did.
Absolutely, and you're still moving forward. Your music is doing fantastic. You said, we were talking off the air, and all those years that you were on the road and doing these shows, your music is really resonating with more people now because of the ways they can get their hands on it digitally.
Well, if you think about it, you don't have to go build a big show. You don't have to spend the money for all the production to put your albums together or anything like that. But you still got your followers or your listeners, and when you're getting in a 28-day period, you're getting 376,000 views.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people sitting in the stands.
That sure is, and absolutely.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yep, and you don't have to take no Mountain Dew down the aisles or sell popcorn either.
No, I do not. I don't have to do any weird stuff that we have done for years.
Yep, that's right. And you used to pack the houses, though. It shows on your website that I was looking at and everything, and so that's good stuff. Now, where did your love for country music come from? Like mine in the 90s, was it somebody you listened to growing up on the radio or something like that made you want to do something in it, or what?
I tell you how it kind of came together. Alabama was probably the very first band that I heard country as far as mainstream Nashville country, because I grew up really, really, really dirt poor in the woods. And my dad had found an old guitar, and he got that for me, and I learned to play that. My first song was Michael Rolled the Boat Ashore, because I could play it in 3 notes, and so I learned it. And then he was a missionary kind of minister domestically for the Indian people. Here in the Cherokees and people like that, and they loved him. But we would travel out of the woods and into these little small communities, and we would sing and play, and so we became a little singing group that everybody knew, that me and my brother and sister, and we'd sing these little songs, and so it got me to where people clapping and stuff was something that made me want to do more. Yeah. And we didn't have any, when we get home, we had no electricity or anything, so I started having to write my own songs, and so I'd write little songs and things as I went along, and the story could go on and on, but long story short, I wound up in Panama, Oklahoma, and became the band there that everybody wanted to hear at proms and everything like that, and then moved on and played with some a little bit bigger acts that would come into to Poto there at the Silver Dollar Ballroom, and we would go there and play with those bands, and then in 1982, working out of the oil field, I wound up meeting up with Hank Jr. on a fluke, and wound up meeting Merle Kilgore, and then wound up going to work out there as a roadie as the years went on by. And then from there, you know, Merle got me out, and I would work and open for bands like, you know, Conway Twitty, and then I became friends with Conway, and then I was riding on the bus with Conway and working with him some, and then Mo Benny and Joe Stampley, and then it just from there, and then I was riding all along there, and I got to open for, my big show was for Alabama, Clint Black, and Lori Morgan at the RU Navy Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And that was my biggest show at that time. So I came in, opened the doors for me there, and then I was like, you know, I'd like to push this forward and do something for myself. So I decided that I wanted to go farther, and I wrote a 10-song album and got it to some investors to look at and tried to help me out and everything. And they finally gave me just enough money to go to Nashville and meet up with a guy, and I signed with an independent artist, and they're what I could get in production. And I took that, and I went out and sold thousands and thousands and thousands of albums, walking door to door.
Wow.
Knocking on people's doors, selling albums right out of the back of my car, and getting my name known in here in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, and everywhere. And then I started doing shows from that. I'd say, I tell you what I'll do. If you will buy this for, you know, $50, I'll give you 5 CDs, autographed picture, and 5 tickets to the show. And so I'd have, you know, 3 people show up out of that $50 deal. And so I'd pack the house out, and I mentioned them live from the stage. So I wound up mentioning so many people from the stage for the show.
Man.
And that's how we do all. That's how we would go in and pre-promote our show before we get there.
Yeah.
And in 1995, because all these people, I had all of them call the radio stations and call my record label at the same time in 1995 and tell them all they wanted to hear Bo Powers at the same time. And that got me the win of Entertainer of the Year in 1995 for Tracker Magazine's Independent Entertainer of the Year.
That is awesome.
And yeah. So anyway, this was just the ingenuity that I had put together. I said, there's got to be a way for me to be able to move on forward.
Yeah.
And so we wound up 210 days a year on the road, beating ourselves to death. You know, a $2.5 million tour, and wound up coming home broke.
Wow.
So that's fun, long story, but that's kind of how it went.
Yeah.
Now, so today, you know, it is so much different because I can have an audience that is out there and show it in my insights that they're listening, and I keep on dropping music when I want to, and if God gives me another inspirational song to go with, then I jump on that song and I write it, and then I, you know, engineer it right on the spot, basically, and get everything like I want it. I put the song back out, and then I, you know, can promote it, put a video together with it, do everything pretty much 100% within just a small period of time, and have $19 in the song.
Yeah, there you go. I love that. And, you know, with the technology that we have now and the AI technology, we're just going to put that out there to the world. I've been struggling with that for a while and what to do with it. So I came up with this KICR Songwriter Showcase idea. And so it's okay to use AI for the vocals and melody and everything, because there's a lot of songwriters out there that don't sing, that don't perform like you did. And you don't even do it anymore, but you still want a way to get your songs out there. So we put you in the showcase. And I build you a custom radio player, and it'll play up to 500 songs, so you can keep writing your little heart out, and we can put up to 500 in there, and then folks can go and hear those songs, and if they want to cut one of those, then they can reach out to you, and you guys can work out the copyright and the royalties and all that stuff, and then that song circles back around to radio and gets on this program and the other 12 or 13 stations that I'm on, so it's a win-win.
Yeah. It is. It's a good deal. And Tim, the independents, I'll say this to myself. I mean, independently, I appreciate everything you're doing, and we get to the point when we start feeling redundant because we go back and go, okay, well, we've heard that so many times, but they haven't. Mm-hmm. There was an old story that said, we have saturation. We've already saturated the old market. There ain't nobody else going to listen. We're burned out and all that stuff, but Jesus Christ died 2,000 years ago and people still getting saved, so there's no saturation out there.
Exactly. Yep. We're coming up on Easter, too, real quick, a remembrance of that and all the Passover and everything that he did. So, and I love what you said a little bit earlier, too, that God gives you the song, and that's what you want to write is something that, it comes from your heart, but that God-given talent that you have to write these songs.
Oh, yeah. I got some new stuff. I wrote a bunch of new stuff in 26 already that I'm fixing to dump into the showcase that you're going to really love. I mean, some neat stuff.
That's going to be awesome.
I just have to get back on it. And but I sit here in the mornings, and I just, things come to me, and then we put it together and write it, and it's just beautiful stuff, I mean, there's just some great stuff, but I'm excited about where this whole program is going, and AI and everything, it was grasping the fact that you can do this with AI now. One of the cool things that I've got now, and is the cloning engineering program that now puts my voice directly on all my songs.
Right. I've heard it, man, and you sound just like you do right now talking to me. I love it.
Yeah, and that's really neat.
I don't even sound like I do normally. I've had a cold all week, so I'm just now getting over it.
Yeah, you sound like Tim Kelly.
Thank you, I appreciate it. You are a go-getter because we were talking about before we got on here that you used to work in radio a little bit in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and sell some radio time. And back in the 80s, a lot of people didn't want to pay $5 for one commercial spot. So you started this thing doing $1 a holler. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's right. $1 a holler. That's what I did. Yeah. I was known for the $1 a holler. Yeah. The Demery Communications Company would say, "Yeah, we know that, knew that guy." But it opened that. It was something that made it work. And people don't understand. A lot of times these artists and stuff, they sit around. There's that old story, man sits on top of the hill with his mouth open, has to wait a long time for the roast duck to fly in. Mm-hmm. If you don't go out and get it, I can guarantee you it won't come to you.
Right, exactly.
These artists sit out there and go, okay, look, I want to go do shows. I can't get an agent to work with me and get this going, but I know that my stuff's good enough that if I could get out there and do this, then I would move forward,
Right.
If I could just go.
I sold insurance for 3 years down there in Oklahoma, back from 2007 to 2010. We even got to meet Carrie Underwood's mom out knocking doors one day in Chakotah, Oklahoma. But that saying that really motivated me was the hardest door to get out of is your own front door in the daytime. To go out there and make that happen because you're drawing commission. There's no punching of a time clock or any of that. You've got to go out there and do it and make it happen. So.
You have to be turned down more times than a motel bed spread.
Absolutely. And that unfortunately still happens in the world of country music. It's a lot different back in the day of Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn when she could walk in with a 45 of Coal Miner's Daughter and hand it to the program director and they'd play it. That doesn't happen much anymore, does it? At all, even.
No.
So.
And especially now, you're so bombarded with everything. Mm-hmm. Once they know that you're a door that will open for them.
Right.
That, and it's sad sometimes. You get some amazing singers. You're like, why are you not mainstream? Why are you not that?
Yeah, I know.
And then you get one that is just, that you couldn't play them on a bet.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
But they are completely convinced they are the best.
Yes.
And they'll bug you to death. I know.
You've been on this end of it too, haven't you?
I have.
You've seen my emails.
No, back in let's see, it's been, right before COVID, I was running Power Country Live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard of that or not, but it's Power Country Live on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that was my show. And we did Power Country Live 24/7. And I had about 70 artists that we rotated and played all the time. And then I have one artist that I have one song that was written by this other guy that was an amazing song, and the artist had a great voice, and he finally cut the song in rhythm and on time, and it sounded good, and his pitch was right, and the song was great, and I'd play it.
Uh-huh.
And then he would get a hold of me and send me some stuff that he had recorded in his bedroom, and get so aggravated because I wouldn't play it, you know?
Yeah.
Because he couldn't play the guitar in rhythm. He couldn't make anything work the way it was, and he'd tell me, say, everybody in the world's is putting this song out. It's going to be cut by such and such. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Uh-huh.
You know, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. And it would just drive him crazy because that's the only song I would play of his,
Uh-huh.
you know. And I was so particular about what I would play, and this is what I like when I listen to your stuff, is that you are too.
Yeah.
You listen, you know, you say, I will play that, but I won't play that. You
Right,
know?
right.
And people, you know, they just don't understand, you know, that it's not that somebody's out there trying to toss you money to play their great stuff. It's because their stuff's great.
Right, exactly. And the problem that I have that's a great problem is that every song after the one I just played is better than the next one. It just gets better and better and better, you know.
And that's when you get listeners.
That's what happens. And that has happened in the last 14 years. And especially these last 2 years have just been phenomenal, because my daughter talked me into doing the show live on camera on TikTok now, and then on YouTube I do it, and on my Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And you're putting your face out there. I thought, no, that's TV. I want to be in radio, you know. I just want my voice out there. But I'm sure glad I did, because the algorithms are so much bigger on that TikTok app and everything, and the whole world is listening, and now artists are coming in there that I don't even know that are asking where can they send music, and I'm ended up putting them on the radio and interviewing them like we're doing with you tonight. And so yeah, that's just been a blessing too. So
yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you know, people are you know, they want to see you if you're doing the radio or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see who you are and your podcast, and and it makes it cool. And your podcast looks cool. I mean, it's doing its thing.
Well, thank you.
So,
and you know, I don't even most of the DJs, you know, I see doing it, wear their headphones and everything like that. I don't even do that, because I think that's a disconnect from the listeners, because while their song's playing or while I'm doing these interviews, we can chat with those folks and we can really build those relationships. And that is what has been missing from radio for a long time. A buddy of mine called it personality-driven radio. When you used to listen to Casey Kasem back in the day, or Rick Dees that I used to listen to, Wolfman Jack, all those guys, they were personalities, and you could interact with them. You could call up and request a song, that kind of thing. That's what's missing today in radio.
Yeah, you have to have the personality.
Yep.
You have to be able to do that.
You definitely had it on stage, and you still have the personality and the voice. A 3-octave vocal range, it said you have too.
I can do it.
That's awesome.
I can do it. I can play all the way up and all the way back lower. You know, I can move it.
There you go. Tell us about Creek Bank Logic, the first song we're going to play tonight, and we'll play it for the folks.
Tim, I look at that song, you know, just like I said, I grew up very poor, and I mean, I washed my hair in the creek, and I mean, it was a whole deal. It was Little House on the Prairie in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
love that show.
Electricity popped us so far back in the hills that, you know, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, if you hollered real loud that, you know, next year it'd thaw out and you get an echo. I mean, it was bad. So, we lived that life, and everything was creek bank logic. I mean, it was like, you're going to do this or you're going to do that, and that's okay because life runs that way.
Right.
That's how we were taught. That if you can kill it, you'll eat it. If you can, love's going to stay there because it can't go nowhere else.
Right.
You better not gossip because you're going to be talking to your brother or sister next to you, and the other one's going to slap you. So that's how it was.
That's it. I love that story.
And mom and daddy knew everything. And so that was creek bank logic. And so kind of that's how I looked at everything. It was like simple, let's be, life is done like a family if it's done right, you know.
Yep. Gossip was told on that old front porch, wasn't it, every night?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, and then gossip would come out the door and hit you with a pan. So, because there wasn't nowhere to go.
Tell you dinner's ready.
And your hit song was 4 people going to listen to it. That's just what it was.
That's it.
So that was it. And so life today, I live like creek bank logic. Everything I do it in a way I say, okay, how can I use what I'm dealing with today for good, not only for me, but for the ones around me that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And, and make everybody around me feel as good as I do. And then another logic is live indoors, eat good food, and stay warm.
Absolutely.
And if you can do that, you can get on through life. And that's what we did, We got the wood, we took care of ourselves, we made it all work. We had creek bank logic, and that's where that came from.
I love it. Man, that is good. Bo Powers, we're going to play Creek Bank Logic. We're going to come back and talk about Heartbreak Town and Happy Thoughts when we return on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on this Triple Play Thursday.
I got my toes in the water, sun on my back. A whispering breeze near an old log shack. A fish jumps once and it's gone in a flash. The river don't rush, but it sure don't crash. I got that creek bank logic, I roll with the flow. Keep away from jagged rocks as the currents grow. Lift my feet and let her go, settle into a stream. Watch the green grass grow, living the dream. The cattails sway like they're keeping time. Dragonflies hum their unwritten rhyme. The mud hugs my heels, it's a gentle grip. The water's cool like a sweet honey sip. I got that creek bank logic, I roll with the flow. Keep away from jagged rocks as the currents grow. Lift my feet and let her go, settle into a stream. Watch the green grass grow, living the dream. But the calm finds you when the chaos ends. The clouds don't fight the sky, they drift away. I learned from the creek how to live my day. I got that creek bank logic, I roll with the flow. Keep away from jagged rocks as the currents grow. Lift my feet and let her go, settle into a stream. Watch the green grass grow, live the soft-spoken dream.
His name is Bo Powers. What a fantastic story and a fantastic song behind Creekbank Logic. That is fantastic. Good job. And, we were talking off the air. You've got your wife helping you now making this music. You told us earlier your brother and sister, and you guys played together. There's nothing better than having family in what you're trying to do in the world of music, is there?
No, it always was a big inspiration for me, that we could come together and put something together, and actually had a pretty decent harmony.
Yep, that's awesome. And so, that's a question I ask a lot of times, if you have any brothers and sisters that were musically inclined. You've already answered it and everything. Now, did you teach yourself how to play back in the day, or did you take lessons to play the guitar, or what?
I never took a single lesson. I had to learn all of it myself.
Wow.
And my guitar only had 4 strings on it, so it was a little tough to figure out how to tune that thing up right, but when I got that tone I could hear, I was able to start playing. And I played that little dun 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 dun.
Yep.
So I kind of fingered that out. Michael rowed the boat ashore, and then before long I was playing I Saw the Light, and then on, the old gospel, old Southern gospel music stuff,
right?
And that's how we went.
I think that's interesting, because you may be one of those artists that doesn't even read music, but you have this ear for it, and growing up learning how to play and teaching yourself like you did, you have an ear for music, and like you were saying, if a song's going to resonate, if it's a hit song on the radio or not, and that's why you make such good music to this day. And you're like me, you just know if something in 30 seconds is going to do well, and that's how it works.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yep.
You just feel it. You can feel the song. A hit don't care who sings it.
Yep.
You feel that song.
Male, female, group, band, it doesn't matter. And I've interviewed as young as 10 years old on this program, and as old as 87. The 87-year-old this year is William Lee Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys, who I've had on the program twice. So he's great.
Yeah.
You talked about Mo Bandy a little bit earlier. I've interviewed him before, too. He's awesome. And he's actually from over here in this neck of the woods in Branson and Reed Springs area. I thought he was from Nashville, but he's not. So.
Nope, he's from there.
He's from this old stomping grounds, too. And he was a rodeo man. That's where Bandy the Rodeo Clown came from. He used to ride bulls.
Right.
Yep, back in the day.
Yep, he did.
So
he
that's
sure
good
did.
stuff. Tell us about Heartbreak Town and then Happy Thoughts, and we'll play those.
Well, I came up with that idea, the Heartbreak Town, and it came from a breakup, and then other people telling me about their breakups and everything, and I've been there too many times.
Yeah.
Where streets are paved with tears,
Yeah.
and potholes full of alibis, and the lakes are full of beer. And all the, man talking at the bar, talking to, the bartender and telling him his slab woes and all that. And so all that just kind of come together, and then she's just there to break your heart, and then she'll be right there to break another heart, because she's a narcissistic, human being that don't care, and she owns Heartbreak Town.
Wow.
She still lives, and that's how it came together.
I love that song. That's one of my favorites I ever heard of yours when I first started playing your stuff. I love that one.
My wife loves it.
Yeah.
My wife loves it. And when I started putting it together, I was like, oh, man, this is going to be such a good song.
Years ago, I had this Canadian artist, and she would always end her anything she would post on Facebook, at the end of it, it would always say Happy Thoughts. Her name's Jessie Tyler Williams. I'll give her a shout out now. She's since moved to Mexico from Canada for some warmer weather or something. But tell us about Happy Thoughts and your reason for making the song.
Well, it's every morning of my life. I'm sitting right here on my sofa in my mobile home, my trailer, and right next to me I've got Daisy, and she's my little 1-year-old Chewini, and she's laying right here next to me, and and then Mom, when she gets up, she's gonna walk into the living room and be in her little bare feet, and she gonna come in and kiss me on the head, and come through the house, and she's always happy little lady, and and the dogs are all happy and dancing around all the time, and doing their thing, and how can you not, with that kind of a life, and your bills are paid, and your food's there, and you own your place, and how can you not have happy thoughts?
Absolutely. And that resonates with everybody. You're helping everybody, you know, on social media. When you post something, it's fantastic, you know. And, you know, life has its ups and downs, but if we just post about the ups and the good times, man, it helps somebody else have a better day, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just talk about the good news. I mean, we got enough old bad news.
Yeah.
All you got to do is hit the TV and you can see the bad news, you know, and or just go roll through your social media. You can't help but see bad news.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with a little happy thought, you know? And that's it right there, is just happy thoughts. And so I get, you know, as I get up in the mornings and before I go to work, I just kind of sit here 7:30 in the morning, you know. We're kind of blessed with that as we get older, you know. We somehow just wake up.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, no matter what time we go to sleep, we're just going to wake up.
I love waking up. And I'll tell you what, I've loved waking up this morning because I knew I had this radio interview with you tonight on the program. And, man, I have sure been looking forward to it. It's a pleasure having you on, Bo. And let's do it again sometime, too. You've got an open invitation. Other than your music player and the KICR Songwriter Showcase on my website, where else can folks find you on social media if they want to check out more of Bo Powers' music?
If they want to just go to Bo Powers Facebook.
Okay.
EAUPOWRS, and you know, and ask to be a friend or just follow it, and I'm right there. And that's the very best place to see my stuff, because I dump music there and shows and songs, and you can go through my profile and it's an open profile. You can go in and just see all of the songs that we've got going right now, and they're mounting into the, you know, hundreds, where you can go, you know, just pull Bo Powers up online and it'll take you to iTunes and everything else, and all our stories are there, so you can go to my, you know, go right to my, if you Google me, then you can go right to my official website page. It's all there.
Well, you're amazing at what you do, too, in promoting a song and even playing the song. You've got the spotlights, the crowd, the smoke, the flames going behind you on stage. You got it all going on, brother, so keep doing that. That's awesome.
I appreciate it.
You bet.
I appreciate that.
We'll keep playing you on the radio, and love to have you back anytime, sure.
All right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Tim, you take care and keep that voice going good.
I will, brother. That's the happy thoughts. The voice is finally coming back, so that is awesome.
Everybody needs your voice, brother.
You bet. Heartbreak Town and Happy Thoughts are coming up on the with Bo Powers on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
I've been there too many times, where streets are paved with tears, potholes full of alibis, and the lakes are full of beer. There's a tavern here on every block where folks are broken down. I'm leaving here on the next bus out of Heartbreak Town. Don't tell me about that Heartbreak Town, where there is so much pain, where lives are wrecked and torn apart. Some things never change. Don't tell me that she still lives there, breaking poor hearts down, where she leaves them in her wake. Don't tell me about a heartbreak town. I spent my life just like all the rest. Now I know it's time to go. I've done all I can. I'm leaving on the first bus out, right out of this heartbreak town. I hope you don't make a turn where there's no exit out, to a dead-end road that takes in to a place called Heartbreak Town. Don't tell me about that Heartbreak Town, where there is so much pain, where lives are wrecked and torn apart. Some things never change. Don't tell me that she still lives there, breaking poor hearts down, where she leaves them in her wake. Don't tell me about a heartbreak town, where she leaves them in her wake. Don't tell me about a heartbreak town.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Happy thoughts when I see her standing there in her cotton gown with the sunlight in her hair. Happy thoughts when I wake to her soft sound, breathing steady while the world spins around. I still remember the day we met, her laugh, her eyes, the way she felt. I still remember the first time we kissed, a spark of fire, love I couldn't resist. I still remember that perfect view when I said I do, and she said it too. Happy thoughts when she hums a
His name is Bo Powers. These are his demo songs that you can find that are available for you to maybe record as an artist. If you would like to have one of those songs as your very own, you can check him out in the KICR Songwriter Showcase. That tab is on KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com, and just scroll down to Bo Powers Music Player, and you can fast forward and rewind through all of his demo songs. We fast forwarded through 3 of them tonight on Triple Play Thursday, but they are fantastic. He's a great songwriter and great performer from back in the day as well. Bo Powers Music. Go find him on social media. And after this live show is over, that interview will end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives at the top of the homepage at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. Welcome to hour number 3. I am live still from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. We got a few more triple plays to go, and we're going to start this hour off with Daniel Rittenhouse and Dirt Road Alibi on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Your daddy met me at the front door, helping on giving me the what for. I didn't hear a word that he was saying, 'cause my mind was racing down a one-lane country back road. Mud tires humming us a love song. I couldn't tell what you were thinking, but my heart was racing. Sideways across this county line, 2 hearts collide. With every kiss I feel your heartbeat, just living this dirt road alibi. Push the Chevy to the floorboard, hook a left by the old store, running from the blue lights, chasing. All we wanted was just a little more. Consequences didn't mean a thing. With my shotgun beauty queen, I knew what you were thinking. Our hearts were racing. We run, we ride. You and me in the front seat, sliding sideways across this county line. 2 hearts collide. With every kiss I feel your heartbeat, just living this dirt road alibi.
Song number 2.
Tell me, how was I to know that this flame was gonna grow so wild and so free? Tell me, how could I see what was coming when, girl, you blindsided me? And I couldn't help myself from falling into your love. 'Cause every now and then you meet someone who makes you feel alive, unbroken on the inside. And every now and then you realize
That song is called On the Inside, and before that, Dirt Road Alibi from Daniel Rittenhouse. He also goes by DJ Rittenhouse, and he is hanging out with us tonight live on TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air. Come in and give him a like and a follow and tell him his music is great, because it truly is. The third song in the triple play for Daniel Rittenhouse is called Country Runs Deep. Runs pretty deep here tonight. 3 songs in a row on Triple Play Thursday from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I didn't grow up down in a holler. I didn't spend my days on a Tennessee mountaintop. But where I come from, we work hard for $1. We break our backs all week just to make a few $100. We may not look like where you're from. We may not look like where you're from. But man, these roots run deep in us. 'Cause we're tailgates by a bonfire, Sunday morning in a church choir, singing just as I am. Sneaking out after midnight, a swimming hole under moonlight. It made me who I am. We may not look like where you're from, but country runs deep in her blood. On the outskirts of small towns, we were washed in the blood and river baptized. In these backwood hometowns where everything seems to slow down, we bow our heads in thanks to the God we want tonight. We may not look like where you're from. We may not look like where you're from. But man, these roots run deep in us. 'Cause we're tailgates by a bonfire, Sunday morning in a church choir, singing just as I am. Sneaking out after midnight, a swimming hole under moonlight. It made me who I am. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. We're a little lost and a little found, until you all come back around. We'll leave the light on. Church choir, singing just as I am. Just as I am. Sneaking out after midnight, a swimming hole under moonlight. It made me who I am. We may not look like where you're from, but country runs deep in her blood. Country runs deep in her blood. We may not look like where you're from.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Craig Hendricks Music. Find Craig Hendricks Music on the Sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and on Craig Hendricks Music on YouTube.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it. Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
There's a little town called Perfect, Indiana. My heart's still there, but I had to go away. Now I'm sitting outside a rehab in Alabama. Think I'll get back down on my knees and pray. And tonight I'll leave a message to tell her where I am. The next time that she sees me, I'll be a better man. Somewhere south of perfect, working on myself. I'm getting better every day, but I still need some help. I gotta find my way back and pray she'll understand. I'm somewhere south of perfect, still working on this man. I made a lot of promises, but I broke them. Never crossed my mind the price she'd have to pay. And our precious love I left so unspoken, till I watched those tears stream down her face. And tonight I'll leave a message to say how sorry I am. The next time that she sees me, I'll be a better man. Somewhere south of perfect, working on myself. I'm getting better every day, but I still need some help. I gotta find my way back and pray she'll understand. I'm somewhere south of perfect, still working on this man. It's a miracle I'm even alive. I've got to get back to what I left behind. I'm somewhere south of perfect, working on myself. I'm getting better every day, but I still need some help. I gotta find my way back and pray she'll understand. I'm somewhere south of perfect, still working on this man. I'm somewhere south of perfect, God's still working on this man.
Song number 2.
In a cabin on a hill, I said I wouldn't make it and I never will. So I set out to prove them wrong. Picked up this old guitar, walked outside and wished on a star. Then I wrote this country song. And it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong.
life into a country song. A few months later on a Nashville street, a hard-headed boy with a bag of dreams waited my turn to take the stage. Well, I know tonight that I play for free. This is where I was meant to be, with a hope that'll never fade. 'Cause it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song. Standing up here and looking at the crowd, laughing and smiling and singing out loud. This is right where I belong, living my life like a country song. Y'all sing along, 'cause it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears just seems to flow on and on. It's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong. And it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song.
His name is Craig Hendricks. That is called Life in a Country Song. And before that, Somewhere South of Perfect. That song is perfect as well. Craig Hendricks is a sponsor of the Tim Kelly Show. You can check out him on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And all of the sponsors are also scrolling across the homepage 24/7. And every 1.5 seconds, you'll see another sponsor scroll by. If you want to stop and click one of their logos, it'll take you right to their website, YouTube, Facebook, whatever they wanted to link it to. And you'll be able to find out more about him and what they've got going on in the world of country music. Now, Craig and I and his lovely wife, Dee Dee, we all came and they met us here in Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. We went out and had a meal together, and it is currently Dee Dee's birthday today, so we want to wish her a very happy birthday. Now, I hope you had a great meal, Dee Dee, but I could not get you a triple layer cake made, so how about a triple play of your husband, Craig Hendricks? This is called Dear John, the third song in the triple play for Craig on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I always thought that things would get better. I'm sitting in a bank with a Dear John letter, Dear John. Through the day-to-day and the troubles we've had, all of our good times and all of the bad, Dear John. Now they want me to sign my life away, put my John Deere up for auction today. It'll take a miracle and praying hard to find a way to save this farm. 5 generations of sowing and reaping, and I'll be the one who just couldn't keep it. I know that life and times have changed, but nothing runs deeper than a farmer's pain when they take one piece at a time till his whole life's gone. Dear John. Well, I guess we've reached the end of our road. Nowhere to turn and no place to go, dear John. We worked together to build this life. Now I'm watching my dreams just wither and die, dear John. Don't want to say goodbye to you,
Got till 5 o'clock for the bank to come through. Take a miracle and praying hard to find a way to save this farm. 5 generations of sowing and reaping, and I'll be the one that just couldn't keep it. I know that life and times have changed, but nothing runs deeper than a farmer's pain when they take one piece at a time till his whole life's gone. Dear John, call came in, I said, is it true? Said the farm is yours, son, the bank came through. It took a miracle and praying hard, but God made a way to save this farm. 5 generations are reaping and sowing, and I'll be the one to keep that going. I know that life and times have changed, but this old farm's worth the pain. If you don't think I fight for you, then you'd be wrong. Dear John, dear John,
kick off your boots, turn up the dial. It's Tim Kelly, stay a while. It's Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. 3 songs in a row from the folks you ought to know. Louder than the rodeo. Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show.
Thinking back to the songs that you were playing, all the hints that you were giving. How could I not hear it when you couldn't look me in the eyes? All the lies that you would hide, how could I not see it? When I touch you, you get tense, acting all guilty and distant. How could I not feel it inside? I should've known better than believing all your lies. But now I'm coming back to my senses. Yeah, the high you gave me wasn't worth the misery. And now you're living with the consequences. How's it feel to only know me as a memory? But now I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. All the times all my friends told me to listen, told me about your reputation, but I didn't wanna hear them, no. 'Cause you were everything I thought I needed. Looking back, you're so conceited. I was blind, but now I see it. When I kiss you, I couldn't taste your love. I think I've had enough of all of the above, and yeah, I'm ready to leave it all behind. Now I know better than believing all your lies. And I'm coming back to my senses. Yeah, the high you gave me wasn't worth the misery. And now you're living with the consequences. How's it feel to only know me as a memory? But now I'm
Number 2.
Keep moving and just pretend. Cowboy to my left tips his hat and takes my hand. Cowgirls come and go. This ain't my first rodeo. Said okay, let's give it a try. Move to the rhythm or get in line. Dancing through the night, now or never. It's your time. If I want 'em, they only get a shot. I ain't talking tequila on the rocks. Might be the one you're losing. So go, 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 keep moving. Oh. Left foot right heel to the vine, turning around, shuffle time. Left foot kick you out the door, hips to the side of your bar. It's your time to go to the next rodeo. Said okay, next who wants to try? Move to the rhythm or get in line. Dancing through the night, now or never. It's your time. If I want 'em, they only get a shot. I ain't talking tequila on the rocks. Might be the one you're losing. So go, 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 keep moving. I'm okay with dancing by myself until I find somebody else that has me going, baby. Yeah, that's stupid, kinda crazy. Until then, I'll be dancing by myself. Loosen up and let it go. If you're still, get off the floor. Said okay, I'll give it a try. Move to the rhythm or get in line. Dancing through the night, now or never. It's my time. If I want 'em, they only get a shot. I ain't talking tequila on the rocks, but I'll keep grooving. Go, 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 keep moving. Oh, keep moving. Oh, keep moving. Keep
Her name is Claire Montgomery. That is called Keep Moving. And Back to My Senses before that. We'll have one more from Claire in just a second, but you're going to get to hear the story behind all three of these songs a week from next Wednesday night, April the 15th on Tax Day. There you go. And she will be my special guest. And Claire and I got to talking, and she said, man, I would love to help you find artists. So she is our Director of New Artist Promotions for Tennessee. She is from Franklin, Tennessee, and she is a talented young lady herself, and I look forward to hearing some of the artists that she helps find for a radio airplay on this program, and I end up interviewing them as well. This is going to be fantastic, and we already know a lot of the same people, so I love that as well. Welcome, Claire Montgomery, to the KICR staff, and you can go to the KICR Meet the Staff page on KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. You'll get to see Claire's banner and what she looks like, and you'll get to hear what she sounds like next week from Wednesday on April the 15th. You Make Me Love Songs Again, the third one in the triple play for Claire Montgomery on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I can listen to the radio without skipping that song. It's unforgettable when that King Cole comes on. 'Cause when it comes to my favorite part of being with you, it's not the roses or the glass of wine, it's the fact that Make me love love songs again. My heart is racing with the wind. To every touch and every smile, I feel it with every mile. There's light around the bend. You make me love love songs again. Make me love love songs again. I can watch a band play without moving along, and everyone will see me dancing on and on and on and on and on. My heart is open as the endless sky, but when I'm feeling blue, there's a moment I hesitate. I'll just think how you make me love love songs again. My heart is racing with the wind. To every touch and every smile, I feel it with every mile. There's light around the bend. You make me love love songs again. Make me love love songs again. I can picture what's ahead of us, unlike anything before. You broke down the walls of my heart. You're everything and more. 'Cause when it comes to my favorite part of being with you, it's not the roses or the glass of wine. It's the fact that you make me love. There's light around the bend. You make me love love songs again. Make me love love songs again.
This is Nick Taylor, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new countries best.
Well, I'm sure God's got a lot of strikes against me. I don't always make it to church on Sunday. Been known to use four-letter words, and too often I forget to pray unless I'm in trouble. I like my whiskey strong and double. Lord knows I spend a lot of nights sitting on this church pew bar stool, listening to the sinners in the pool, talking about their broken hearts. 'Cause in here you come as you are. Can't help but think the man upstairs is cool. With me on this church pew bar stool. Last week I missed the preacher's sermon, but I was helping Joe unload some burdens. 'Cause he lost his job and lost his wife. So I had a holy Saturday night, sitting on this church pew bar stool, listening to the sinners and the fools, talking about their broken hearts. 'Cause in here you come as you are. Can't help but think the man upstairs is cool. With me on this church pew bar stool. The good book said to do what he would do, and I do. Sitting on this church pew bar stool, listening to the sinners and the fools, talking about their broken hearts. 'Cause in here you'll come as you are. Can't help but think the man upstairs is cool. With me on this church pew bar stool. Church pew bar stool. Church pew bar stool.
Song number 2.
This small town might not look like much, just corner stores and rusty trucks and everything else that I love. It's all right here. Some people can't wait to get out. Me, I think I'll just stick around, 'cause heaven looks like here to me, where I wanna be. So give me a hell yeah and an amen for the good times and good friends. We raise them up, then we drink them down. We all get lost, we all get found. When the whiskey buzz starts to move ya, Friday feeling cuts right through ya. That's a good Lord talking to ya. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. It's my favorite prayer to pray. It's a John boat on the lake. It's a tin roof a rainy day. It's the way we got it made. So give me a hell yeah and an amen for the good times and good friends. We raise them up, then we drink them down. We all get lost, we all get found. When the whiskey buzz starts to move ya, Friday feeling cuts right through ya. That's a good Lord talking to ya. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a blue sky, it's a truck bed, it's a cold beer, it's a godsend. It might seem ordinary, but don't let it fool ya. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. Oh, so give me a hell yeah and an amen for the good times and good friends. We raise them up, then we drink them down. We all get lost, we all get found. When the whiskey buzz starts to move ya, Friday feeling cuts right through ya. That's a good Lord talking to ya. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. Neon hallelujah. Neon hallelujah.
His name is J.D. Shelburne. That is called Neon Hallelujah. And before that, another great tune called Church Pew Bar Stool. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. And I want to thank my special guests, Todd Oliver and Bo Powers, for being on the show tonight. Join me tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time for New Music Friday. I'll be live for 3 hours playing the best in new country music. And my special guest tomorrow night, just one special guest in hour number 1, will be my good friend Randy Cobb. We'll catch up with him, and I've interviewed him in the past, and we'll have a great time talking about his music and playing his songs tomorrow night as well. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio with J.D. Shelburne. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. take you back to high school gym floor.